The fall of the wall was what made me decide to become a photographer. I realized you can use images and words to tell stories about major events that have a real impact on actual people. That's when I decided to become a photographer.
The fall of the wall also had an impact on the themes that Bettina Flitner addresses in her work. Even today, many of her photographs explore the separation of Germany into East and West, and the legacy of that division. In one series from the summer of 2013, she went to the village of Mestlin, about 2 hours north of Berlin. In the 1950s, it was turned into a socialist model village. The monumental public hall was a showcase for the regime. It was abandoned years ago.
There's 40 years of East German history in here in these books. It's all been swept into the back closet. It feels like I've opened up a treasure chest, and here it all is.
The still lifes and the portraits that she took in Mestlin became a 36-part series.
Maybe I would have found my way to photography anyhow through some other event. The fall of the wall just made it easy because it was such an amazing event. History unfolding right in front of my camera.
Before 1989, Flitner worked as a video editor for a TV station in Cologne. At the same time, she was studying at the German Film and Television Academy in what was then West Berlin. She was planning to become a director, but on November 9th, 1989, the unexpected happened.
I remember sitting in my apartment in the Moabit district and watching my small black and white TV. And there was Günter Schabowski, the Politburo member, right there in my living room, announcing the fall of the wall, that the wall would be opened.
On that day in November, millions of Germans were watching the press conference when East German government spokesman Günter Schabowski made his surprise announcement about easing travel restrictions. He told assembled reporters that it had been decided to implement a regulation allowing citizens to leave the GDR through any of the border crossings. It was a bombshell. That same evening, a huge crowd stormed the border crossings between East and West Germany. Suddenly, for millions of people, everything changed. And the same was true for Bettina Flitner. She still works behind a camera, but instead of making films, she now takes stills. After the wall fell, she spent many months walking along the former border strip, talking to people from both sides. The Report from No Man's Land series was her breakthrough. It was also published as a book. The conversations she had with her subjects also flowed into the project. This nun reminds Flitner of a picture she shot here 25 years ago. Flitner shows her the photo. It turns out that they were both nuns in her order, but neither one is alive today. The memories and personal stories of the people behind the portraits are central to her work. Today, Flitner is one of Germany's best-known photographers and has published 9 books. One of her most acclaimed photo series was The Europeans, which included more than 200 portraits of women from politics and culture. The photos were taken between 2001 and 2006. She included portraits of German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Finnish actress Kati Aaltonen, and Elfriede Jelinek, the Nobel Prize-winning author from Austria. For her 2008 series called Boat People, her stage was an old Burmese fishing boat floating on the Rhine River. In her most recent project, Flitner portrayed 11 luminaries and asked them what they hope to leave behind as their legacy. Academy Award-winning director Wim Wenders was photographed in an observatory against the night sky.
When the wall fell, that's when I started walking around with my camera and asking people questions about their experiences and their thoughts for the future. One thing led to the next. I'm still interested in those kind of social and political questions. I'm interested in how people deal with transformation.
That transformation also changed Bettina Flitner's life. It gave her a new career that she pursues to this day.